This weekend, ESPN pitches both World Baseball Classic semifinal games. First tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, Korea takes on Venezuela. Then tomorrow at 8 Eastern, USA faces Japan. The World Baseball Classic semifinals on ESPN tonight and tomorrow. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Under the second caution, there's a 0-2 car, which is our Aaron's Lucky Dog free pass winner. He had gone into the garage area, come back out. He'll be able to go back around the pace car and make up one of the laps he had lost. Here's why we are under yellow here. The yellow coming out on lap 18. The 81 car having some contact with the wall between turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, we see the car go up, not making very hard contact, but some parts start flying out from under the car. Makes you think that maybe some of these parts coming loose is what caused this car to get into the wall. And you see Clint Boyer do a great job not to get in the back of Kyle Busch. There's a shock absorber.
I have to think that maybe that created his problems down in the second.
And that shock is in two. It's actually that's half of it. The other half somewhere else.
Still on pit road for some repairs, trying to get some of the suspension parts put back underneath the front of that Dodge. And Carl Edwards, our leader behind the pace car, and even Carl Edwards starting to search up and down the racetrack here in the early laps looking for some grooves.
Yeah, these guys are just looking for grip right now or to see where they can get fast. He looked in his mirror and saw Kyle Busch catch him very quickly, and Kyle had been running a little bit of a line where he goes up in the center, kind of diamonds the racetrack a little bit or the corner, and then straightens it out coming off the corner. Gets a really nice run off there. So I think that's what Carl saw and probably had his spotter to tell him, so he was giving something else a little bit of a try. And that's what these guys will do here until they find exactly what they want.
And it's important for them to do that now. So if the car is going to drive different up in that upper groove, they need to tell their crews so they can make changes on this car. So if he's going to run up there late, the car needs to be adjusted for it.
Let's check in on the Carl Edwards pits. Vince.
Well, Carl says the car is pretty good, but he would like a little bit more grip, so they're talking about an air pressure adjustment when they do come around for that first stop to see if they can get a little more grip that way, and also maybe take away some of the harshness from the bumps that Carl is complaining about. But otherwise, he said it's just been a typical Bristol run so far early on. Pretty happy with the way things are going, especially out front.
I've never seen a driver that didn't want more grip. Sometimes it's hard to give it to him.
Yeah. Now, concrete isn't as temperature sensitive as pavement, but it has cooled off quite a bit here today compared to what it was yesterday.
Yeah, and the temperature, I think, affects the tires more than it does the actual surface of this concrete. You just don't get that heat built up in the tires, and that makes it pretty slick whenever you get started with these radial tires. That's the problems they'll have are on these starts and restarts of the race.
A commitment cone violation, we're being told, on the 81 car, who had already been on pit road for repairs. So Kevin Hamlin starting at the end of the longest line here as we get set for a restart coming down on lap 26. It is Edwards, Busch, Boyer, the top three. Then comes the 38 car, Jason Leffler getting a little racy. Let's see how patient Kyle Busch is going to be here, looking underneath the 60 car.
I think he's going to be a little bit patient right here. I know he's a very aggressive, fast race car driver, but he crashed at Las Vegas trying to take a lead early, and I think he's learning some of that. Let's just use a little more patience here because we got a great race car, and if I've got it at the end, I can do something with it.
Yeah, he'll probably just wait on Carl to make a little bit of a slip. Sometimes when you get up in that higher line, the guy's pressuring you. You get in a little bit hard, and then you slip up, and that allows him to make that pass. We see Kyle still working that bottom side. I believe he'll be able to make that work here. You see Carl slip up just a little bit more.
Carl gets off the corner and able to pull him by about a half a car length, but now Kyle hugging that bottom part of the racetrack.
Yeah, and what you're doing there is Carl is creating a situation where Kyle just can't give all the throttle that he wants to. He's having to tug on the wheel a little bit more, which really just hurts his exit speed off of the corner. Now Carl's just going to let Kyle go on by. This is not the time to be racing that. They'll settle this a little later on probably in a little different manner maybe.
Pretty good battle back in the pack. Here's the 20 car of Joey Logano and the 99 of Scott Speed.
There's a couple rookies now. This is, if I'm their crew chiefs, I'm telling them, this is the time of the race that you need to exercise patience because there's a lot of cars on the racetrack and everybody's kind of impatient.
It's the battle for 13th spot. Shannon.
Well, Joey Logano started this race 2030. Very happy with the car right now.
can drive underneath on the exit of the corner. That's where you really make passes here. You don't pass people going into the corner. You get that run off the corner. So that's going to bode well for Joey as this race goes on.
Only the second time Joey has run in the NASCAR Nationwide Series car here. Started at the back of the pack last August. Had a good top 20 finish.
Yeah, you see Clint Boyer's taking second spot from Carl Edwards. Carl's car is not just exactly like he wants it right now, so I'm sure they're going to adjust it on the first stop.
Saw Kyle Busch make the pass a little bit ago for the lead. He and Carl were running side by side, and you mentioned Carl searching for some grip. Let's see if Carl gives a wave by here.
Yeah, he says, okay, I'll let you have the spot right now, like you said, Dale. Yeah. We'll come back and see you later, hopefully.
That'll be the last time he sees that from Carl Edwards today if he happens to get back behind him again. But Carl's smart. He knows this isn't the time to be racing. Settle in. He's got a good spot. He's sitting there in third spot right now, and they'll work on the car.
Battle for 7th position here. The rookie, Justin Allgaier. You're riding along here with the 88 of Brad Keselowski. Boy, does he need it to rebound and get a good finish. And in front of him, the 16 of Matt Kenseth.
I was talking to Brad Keselowski down there right before qualifying, and he really felt good about his car. Very confident that he's going to have a good car today. It looks really good right there.
Yeah, and I've been watching Matt some, too, in this 16 City Financial car, and he seems to be struggling a little bit on the exit of the corner, and that's where Brad was able to get under him.
Got a wreck in turn two, got to slow it down, just slow it down. Two of them right in front of the racetrack, just slow down.
52 car Trevor Bayne making his debut here in the NASCAR Nationwide Series. Loops around. Also the car spinning the 61 of Brandon Witt.
Looks like everybody's able to drive away from this without a lot of damage.
Well, that could have been a lot bigger than what it turned out to be. They were in a big group there.
There's the California driver, Brandon Witt.
What did Brad call that in the pre-race show? A big gom down there.
You can see what happened here.
Yeah, just got loose getting down into the corner. 61.
Mike Bliss does a good job to miss all that. It's a good break.
David Green able to get by without contact.
That left front down on the apron there a little bit. Yeah, that'll turn the car pretty quickly and get you loose. That's the one thing that you have to be careful
Good
of.
job. Caution's out here. Caution's out. Good job, Mike.
Working caution for the third time today already here in the first 41 laps at Bristol Motor Speedway. The guy who won it here in the spring, Clint Boyer. He is running in second spot, and right now he's chasing Kyle Busch in a Toyota.